Let's learn how to freeze an asset with the asset freeze inner transaction. To send an asset freeze inner transaction, you need to use the itxn.assetFreeze class. Here's an example of freezing an asset with inner transaction. To send an asset freeze inner transaction, first you need to create the asset freeze object and set its fields. Freeze account field specifies the account that will have its assets frozen by this inner transaction. Here we're setting this field to the variable account to be frozen, which is an account type passed in as the argument. You can also pass in the account address string here. Freeze asset field specifies the asset we're freezing with this transaction. We're setting it to the variable asset, which is an asset type passed in as an argument. The frozen field is a Boolean type that specifies whether to freeze or unfreeze the asset. Here we're setting it to true, so that means by sending this inner transaction, we'll be freezing the asset that is held by the account specified in the field. Couple things to know here. One, both the account and the asset used in the asset freeze transaction needs to be available resources. I'll leave a link in the description to the resource availability page for more information, but it means the reference to asset and the account needs to be provided to the smart contract when sending the application call. And in this example, both references were provided by including them in the argument of the method. Second, to freeze an asset, the asset freeze sender needs to have the freeze authority. This means the freeze asset field of the ASA had to be set to the application account for the app account to freeze the asset with inner transaction. After you create the asset freeze object, you submit the transaction by calling the .submit method.